Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I am launching a podcast with my friends. I'm not sure how often these episodes will be releasing. We're still figuring out the scheduling and how we're going to be delivering this content, but there will be more episodes coming, and it is just going to be a generalized gaming podcast slash our thoughts on things happening in the world. We're not going to be too political. A lot of this episode is just us rambling and being a little bit awkward because this is our first time presenting like this. As for the people in the podcast, it is myself, Squid, and Strath, who you might know from other videos. Now, I also want to let you guys know that this is not a visual podcast. You are not seeing our faces. You are staring at a Discord screen of us talking as squares. This might change, as I do want to see if we can get like a digital set made for our little floating heads. But as of right now, the podcast is going to be presented how it is in this video. And as time goes on, things will change and we will refine the version of the videos and the presenting style. But as of right now, this is how it's going to be. I do hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next main video. Goodbye. Squid, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? Why you're here? What qualifications you have to be here right now?
Well, I'm Squid. My qualifications is I've played games before, and being that's the case, I have opinions in games. Some of them are hot, some of them are cold, some of them are very spicy. And mostly because the fellow told me to be here.
This was just as much your idea as mine.
I don't know, anyway. But
Strath, would you like to introduce yourself?
Howdy team, I'm Strath. I've been playing video games for at least 26 years and I can't do anything by halves, so I'm currently soloing all the dungeons of Destiny.
And that is
been taken by the French.
No,
been taken by the French. I've been taken by the French.
So yeah, I guess considering we're a gaming podcast, we just discuss game stuff.
Oh,
So
you're the host?
Huh?
You're the host.
I hate that this is all on me. So the Pope.
What about the Pope?
I don't know, is there the new guy?
What does that have to do with gaming? Question mark.
You know, the Pope, real gamer, loves Doom.
Does he really?
Does he?
No, he probably does.
No.
He's 70 years old. He probably doesn't know what Doom is.
I mean, Doom's pretty old, dude. Doom's was made in the 70s, so he might.
Was it? Oh yeah, the original Doom would have come
The
out.
OG Doom's I think 1983 or something like that.
1993.
Was it? I thought it was older than that.
It was. I can Google it. Give me a second. But
It's older than I am.
From memory, Doom was one of the first shooters.
Yeah, the OG
Correct.
OG Doom came out a long time ago.
Nope, that's 2016. 1993 on
you
December
go.
10th.
I'm older
So-
than Doom by 2 months.
I am
3 months.
significantly younger than Doom.
That's right.
Yeah,
I
okay,
think
let's not play this game anymore.
I think I came. Hold on. I was
I'm
born before Doom 64, but after Doom 3.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, after Doom 64, before Doom 3, because Doom 3 was 2004.
Okay.
One of my favorite memes is what can it run Doom,
I love it.
given and the strange things that people try and run Doom on. Successfully on a digital pregnancy stick is probably one of my favorites.
Wait,
They apparently got it to work with a PDF as well. They actually had a PDF file with it that was actually working on, which I think is the most recent one they got it to work on, which I think is hilarious that it's pretty much such a low-rendered version, but they pretty much got it working there.
wait, since when is running Doom a contest? I thought it was Crisis.
No, it's just the strangest thing you can run Doom on. So one of them's a pregnancy
So easy
stick,
to
a
run it.
PDF, There's a terminal on, I believe it's one of the Fallout mods, where you can actually play Doom inside Fallout.
They've done it on the LCD like screen or smart fridge. They've done it on
I mean, you can play
Like,
Doom
An
all
on
sorts
ultrasound
Starfield.
screen.
yeah. But it's just because, like, I guess, like, the way it's coded, it's so easy to just upload it somewhere and then play it. So they're able to get it to run on pretty much. And there's like a working version of it in Minecraft, like
Calculators.
Did you see that they got Minecraft work on Minecraft?
Minecraft to work on Minecraft.
Yeah, so this was a while ago, but someone...
Oh, you can actually like load up into Mine. Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, someone used
It's actually kind of
Redstone
crazy.
to build a computer to play Minecraft.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cracked how they did it. I've seen like some videos on it.
There's a
I just don't get where you'd even start with that. Like, how do you take redstone, which is meant to turn lights on in a game, and turn that into a functioning computer?
The video on the guy's account is actually pretty wild, because I have seen it, and it's like half of the world is just like he builds memory sticks for the computer.
Yeah, like how the
and
fuck
it's
does
so
that
detailed.
work? Honestly, that breaks
I would
my
imagine he's some sort of engineer.
If you watch the video, I think he goes through like the process of how it works and why it does what it does. But I guess like it's the same way, I guess, like if you want to put it that way, that we would do anything with electronics. It's just swapping out the electronics for redstone, I guess, in that way. And they're
I
just
guess.
reverse engineering it for the game. Because as Strath said, he's probably an engineer, so he has an understanding on how electrodes and what have you work, and then just reverse engineers that for a game, and then just changes the X and Y into the game for redstone.
It's still kind of wild to me that they can do
Oh
that.
yeah, it is. To be able to play a game within the game is already pretty crazy, but then to make a game and then make a computer in the game that runs the game that you're playing in the game is just
Yeah.
So the strangest thing that can run Doom is a Doomer computer terminal in Satanine in Morrowind.
I love that.
I'm sorry.
As well as Sonic Mania, and a chainsaw, and a MacBook Pro touch bar.
Yeah.
Okay, the touch
Like
bar
at this
I think
stage, if it had a screen that produces any sort of images, you can run Doom on it.
Pretty much. We love ingenuity.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Have there been any new
Watched.
releases, like in the last week?
Clear, Obscure, Doom, Oblivion are our most recent big notables.
Yeah.
I mean, I would talk about Doom, but I know both of you haven't finished it.
The only other thing
I'll
I think
marathon
of
through it for next week.
Yeah.
Elden Ring Night Ring comes out Friday.
Yes,
oh
it
yeah, it
does.
does.
That's the biggest thing we've got coming out soon.
I still don't know how I feel about that game. Like, I love Elden Ring, but I don't know how it's going to translate.
Yeah. It's not going to be the same because it doesn't have Miyazaki in it. Like, it's got FromSoft, but he's not part of it. He is part of it. He's a very small part of it. So it's going to be interesting to see what it's like. I know there's like a lot of people from like Sekiro and that were part of it, so I don't have any doubts he'll do well. But I think, like what you mentioned, I think it's just a lot of people are going to go into it to expect it to be like Elden Ring, but it's not going to play like Elden Ring because it's a whole bunch of, it's like a lot of Souls games put together in one.
But it's not. It doesn't rely on Miyazaki because it's not telling a story. Really, it's an experience. It's a what's the word that people use for it?
An experience.
Not an experience. It's an evacuation shooter that's just set in Elden Ring, essentially.
A roguelike.
Yeah.
They called it a roguelike.
Yeah. It's
The name of it.
From everything they've described, it's a roguelike with extraction features.
Yeah, so it's not relying on a story. So the fact that he's not involved, it doesn't really matter all that much. Like, it's just going to be a boss fight simulator.
I'm more curious to know if it's if they've made it to get the money for another Elden Ring. Like, you know what I mean?
Potentially.
Because there is always the
Because
chance
I
that the
know-
only reason they made it is to just get that extra cash to produce another game.
I
Yeah,
don't
I mean-
know that they need it because they've just
Yeah.
licensed it for a movie.
Because the other thing as well is like,
Oh yeah,
what like I've seen they've said is that they want to try and avoid having any more done. Because like from what I've read, or at least I've seen, that the DLC for Elden Ring was the last thing they want to do, and they want to pretty much move on to other
move on
things.
to Bloodborne 3. Let's fucking go.
We still need Bloodborne 2, but okay.
No, Bloodborne 3. Well, no, they're
Just
making
go straight to
Dust
three.
Bloods.
Skipping
or
a
whatever
whole
it's called.
category.
Yeah, but that's a Nintendo exclusive, unfortunately.
Yeah, fucking $80 for a digital game. Let's go. That's more like what, 100
Yeah.
for us? It'll be $110.
110
physical
probably, maybe.
Australian.
Yeah, like that, and obviously they are doing the remaster of Bloodborne for the PlayStation 5 Pro, which
are they?
I don't know how. Yeah, they are, but like I think that's to try and sell it. Which I'm a little bit dirty on that because people have been asking for a remaster for such a long time, and well, you know, it is what it is.
You know what is having quite a moment at the current?
What's that?
Fucking Destiny.
Helldivers.
What is it?
Helldivers.
I have seen people. I've
With
seen a
the
lot of stuff on
proper part
Instagram.
of democracy, it's popping.
Yeah, I've seen people talking about it's gone pretty crazy. I saw something else as well. Go ahead, what you're going to say.
Oh, I was just saying that I have had it reinstalled for a while, and I jumped on it. It's pretty interesting to see how the game's evolved now. However, I will say that I didn't enjoy it because I get more enjoyment out of playing that game cooperatively with like people I can talk to.
I'm down to play with you at some stage whenever you're
Do
playing.
you have it on PC or console?
No, I have it on PC. I don't own a PlayStation.
Weird.
It is crossplay as well, anyway.
Yeah, but it's not on Xbox.
Oh, I've got it on PC. Yeah, I haven't got a
Yeah,
PlayStation
no,
5.
we'll go on PC, so we'll probably end up doing a game night or something at some point.
You
Yeah, I'm
son of a
down.
bitch, I'm putting it in the cart.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did also see. So there was an enemy type in the original Helldivers called the Hive Lords, and they've kind of hinted at them for a while of bringing back, but never said anything. But
big ass worms.
yeah, they're like the Grave Mines, but similar.
Yeah, they're in the
But
game.
they're yeah, they've actually brought them in.
Yeah,
so-
they brought them in the game a while ago. If I remember
Did they?
correctly. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
fair.
there was like there was the I don't remember what the bug enemy is called, but they
The,
brought.
not the Tyranids, the
Yeah, I almost said Terminus.
no, it's not Terminids. Yeah, very similar name.
Yeah,
'cause
they
they
brought
have-
them a while ago.
yeah, because now the whole thing with the main thing with is now that the Illuminate have invaded Earth.
Oh yeah, no, I looked at the map. The Illuminate are majorly assaulting Earth, and that's like the big thing right now.
I don't know if you guys have seen much on like the whole thing about the Joel theory with Helldivers.
Yes, I have a bit.
Yeah, it's
About
like
the
one of
Dev
the
Joel.
devs. Yeah, so what some people have said recently, which I think is a pretty fair point, is that the whole thing with the Illuminate attacking Earth is basically is like, I guess if you want to say like Joel, in air quotes, is setting up to basically bring in the next saga by, you know, I think from what I've heard is like they want to try and make it seem like all hope is lost almost, and that, you know, this is the end, so they can introduce something new into the game that makes sense and it's more impactful, rather than saying, oh, here's this new stratagem and or this new thing that we brought in. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool, but now it would like make more sense because, you know, we're pretty much losing Super Earth, so it makes more sense for them to bring in. I mean, that's just the theory, obviously. There's no.
But you know what? That theory and that approach is something that Destiny desperately needs.
I think,
Destiny-
yeah, they definitely
Destiny
could have
needs a
done
lot
that
of
with
things.
Lightfall. They could have definitely done that with Lightfall, and it would have been actually really cool. And I agree, yes, there's a lot of things that we need. in Destiny. Here we are. Yeah,
I agree with that, but like, when was the last time, like, even with The Witness, I don't feel like there was a whole lot of stakes in place.
Well, the whole issue. So here's my big thing with The Witness: is a cool concept, but executed poorly because Destiny 1
it's so late.
was we're fighting the darkness, but we don't know what the darkness is. It's just a general term for our enemies.
Yeah.
Come Destiny 2, they basically they straight up admitted we're getting rid of the term the darkness. At least for the base game, and Forsaken, they said we're getting rid of it. And so they did. And so you have like Gaul, you see the pyramid ships at the end, which is like it's just there. Nothing gets done with that for 2 years.
Yeah.
Until Shadowkeep, where we see Nezrek's pyramid on the moon. And that's the first time that we interact with the Witness. But at that point, we're still like, what is it? And that's when the darkness gets reintroduced. And then Witch Queen is where they introduce the Witness for 5 seconds. Lightfall, we see him for about 10 minutes. And then he's dead by the end of Final Shape.
Yeah, they definitely brought him in way too late, and they definitely took him out way too quickly.
I mean, I just...
like... Yeah.
But it's also like, he just doesn't fucking do anything.
No. Especially like if you think about it from like a outside gaming perspective, it's basically from the moment that you boot up Destiny 1 for the very first time till now, this was, you know, the character that was set up as the big bad, and we've basically been dealing with for the last 10 years, and the entire thing was ended so quickly. Like, I felt that like through two or three major DLCs is what we experienced what would be this character, and then it was just like, oh, okay, cool.
Alright, it just would have... You go, Strath.
Like, I feel like when you look at it, right, Gaul was terrifying in so many ways, but like there was actual stakes. He like offs the speaker.
Yeah.
Who's like our symbol of light and everything.
Yeah.
And you know, everyone was so pumped for that. And there definitely wasn't the same energy spent on the Witness. There wasn't the same menacing. It was just, he's there and he's gone.
I personally share an opinion with Dado on what they should have done with Gaul, which it wasn't kill him off in the final story mission. It should have been a year-long fight where those 2 expansions focus on taking back the city and all that. And then the next expansion is us actually dealing with Gaul. Because when you think
like
about
an actual war campaign.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Because when you think about it, we went from having a home being secure to having no home, having no light, having all of our defenses and forces torn apart and split up. And it should have been a year-long fight, bringing all that back together, in my opinion.
That would actually been really fun.
It would have, but I guess Bungie had to play it safe and do the conclusive storyline.
But like the issue, I guess, and this is my opinion on that, is that I feel like there's been too many times they've played it safe and they've kind of shot themselves in the foot with it when they could have been risky with something. And sure, it might not played out, but it could have been potentially something that made the game even more bigger than it was, and be like, wow, that was actually crazy and what have you.
I think the issue with Bungie is that they don't play it safe in the wrong places. Like, in their mind, I don't pretend to know what's going on in Bungie's mind, but in my mind, Bungie's attempt at, you know, taking some risks was Salvation's Edge, which, while I still don't think the Witness was particularly menacing, like that 4th encounter, so many people are scared of it. It's not that hard, but it's like people will actively avoid doing the raid because it's difficult, and Bungie did something different.
Yeah. I mean, it's also people just don't want to learn the fucking raid, which is stupid in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
there's always going to be people like that.
That's true. unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
well,
it is what.
I mean, Destiny. At this point, I don't think Destiny will ever have that breakout moment where it's like mainstream media game like Call of Duty or whatnot.
No, but I mean, like, yeah, I think. But in my mind, at least, there hasn't been many loot shooters that do that apart from maybe Borderlands.
Well,
Is
no,
the only one like
Destiny is a very unique position where it can't die, essentially.
unless Bungie does something to kill it. Like that's
Well, no, even then, it's like with sunsetting, Bungie basically killed the game. There's been so many times where Bungie realistically killed the game, but it survived, and that's mostly due to the player base.
Well, yeah, I think as well. Like, there's like I think, in my opinion, I think also play the same with Warframe. Is there are definitely a certain type of players who are deathly loyal to the game, regardless of how good or bad it is. And I've seen like, I'm going off of like just seeing Reddit posts and stuff of people who they're actively for both the games, and then, like, not in the argument against each other, but just like talking about, like, someone said first versus Warframe, whatever. And the amount of people who would come in and defend Warframe, and same with Destiny. And yet people put up like very valid points to say why the game is not very good in certain aspects, and it's just like almost like this blind loyalty. And I think that's also particularly why both Warframe and Destiny has such a unique position, in my opinion, is that they just have a lot of people who, even if it is in a horrible state, that will be like, yeah, no, this is my favorite game. And I mean, unfortunately, I think I'm fit that category to some degree. Not so much now. Recently, I've definitely become a person who's like, yeah, there's a lot of issues, and I think those issues need to be fixed. But, you know, definitely going back there 10 seasons ago, I was the kind of person that's like, I don't care what you think, it's the best game ever. Like, it's, don't talk bad about it.
I'm the same way. I was like that with Destiny for a long time, and recently, like, I'm still excited for the new expansion and the new models.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely like, one or two more fuck ups, and I'm probably gonna just put down the controller for Destiny. Or at the very least, I'm not gonna pre-order shit.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where, like, every game has people like that. Like, there are reasons why League of Legends is still around, in spite of having what could easily be the most toxic fan base that exists.
Absolutely, it's
between that, like, World of Warcraft had a moment earlier this year when people started kicking people out of their clan left and right, and it was just some crazy TikTok drama about World of Warcraft, a game that's probably older than I am.
Yeah,
and
is.
Like, Destiny can the only thing that'll ever kill Destiny is itself.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah, I mean, he might buy another couple more classic cars.
Might buy a couple more cars, lay off of another. It's still crazy to me that in the course of like 4 months, they laid off 600 people or something like that.
Like, it's just wild, dude. When I saw the thing, like, and like they named off the cars he had, and some of those cars are worth, like, I'm getting close to like 7 digits, and it's just wild to somehow how to justify some of those wages like that. And I like cars a lot. I love cars. They're one of my favorite passions. But I can't justify buying a car but that means somebody else gets disadvantaged, that they don't have a job. Like, that's wild that they would even
but it's
make
not
that
how he makes his money.
No, but the money that he used to buy those cars was from the Sony acquisition.
Yeah.
And that was done to make sure people didn't have to lose their jobs.
Yeah. But then they still did.
Also, not the sole way that he makes his money, though.
No,
like, a guy like that has shares left.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He's got a whole portfolio, and that's keeping him cashed up and spending 7 figures on cars.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, did you see how much Christopher Barrett got when he got laid off?
Was in the millions, wasn't it? Something like that.
It was
43 million, wasn't it? I think
no, it was 23 million. And that's then crazy. If he stayed on, he would have been making around 83 million.
Wasn't
something
he?
like
Oh no, that was Joe Blackburn. Never mind. Because I was one of them who came in that was actually like a player who had
Yeah,
become.
no, Joe. Joe.
Yeah.
Joe. I feel like is like. So obviously, Luke Smith did care.
Well,
Like with
wasn't he
taking King.
like? Wasn't Luke Smith as well part of like the OG Bungie team back in Halo? Like I feel like that was.
I think so.
Because I remember somebody was saying like in a Reddit post, "Oh, Luke Smith's the reason why Bungie died." And I'm like, okay, so we're going to go back to Halo 1, 2, and 3 and Reach and say that Bungie died because of Luke Smith because he was there.
No, Bungie died due to corporate greed.
Yeah, and I did see I don't know who it was from, but I did see a video talking about that. And I think that is 100% correct. I don't think Bungie died for any other reasons other than we want money. Oh, let's have more money, so let's do this, this, and this.
Yeah, but I do feel bad for some people at Bungie because it's obviously like there is the team there that cares about the game and wants to succeed,
Yeah.
but management keep just fucking them in the ass for a lack of.
But people keep buying it.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Like we keep buying the stuff, and management keep getting money, but realistically, management are the ones that are screwing up the game, not the developers, because they just have to do what they're told.
Yeah. Like I did see a post that said, "Oh, I think Bungie deserves what they get." Like I think management deserves what they get. I don't think just the normal workers there, like the marathon thing. I don't think the random people that work there that are just told what to do deserve to get dragged through that because that was not some John from accounting. Yeah, like John from accounting who just puts the numbers in 100%. He had no choice in the matter. He just got pulled through the dirt because of it. So I get like people saying that like that. Is it? It's like, with my job, if something goes wrong, it's not my fault and I shouldn't get blamed for it. It should go to the people at the top. But yeah, it's a shame that there are some people who are being affected by that just because management did something scummy.
Oh, 100%. Because the whole, like, I straight up think Marathon's going to get cancelled. And if it doesn't, I'll be very surprised.
I swear I saw a video that did say that it's not being released in 2025 anymore. It's been pushed back. Indefinitely
out of cancelled all paid marketing for it at the present.
Like they could have dropped the game and it could have been low key a banger, and it could have been a lot of fun, but they just couldn't keep their hands off taking somebody else's stuff. Like,
well, I mean, even from the playtest, that people all the streamers were like, "This is all right." At most.
Yeah, like even like Astacross, who was enjoying the game and liked it, even he was like saying that like they could have done a lot better. Like this is not a peak game, like from what. But then again, people were like, can you really be like trusting Bungie to make a peak game? Because recently they haven't been particularly doing all that great.
The other thing is that Bungie have said that it's not going to be a premium title. They said it was going to be like it's not going to be a full priced $80 game, but it's going to be a half price alright game. Bungie themselves said that.
But why would you say that about your own creation though? Why would you already start talking shit about the game you're making? It makes no sense to me.
Under promise and over deliver.
Yeah, the only reason I can think is that they tell us, hey, it's going to be a pretty mid game, and then it turns out to be great.
Yeah, I guess like that's better than saying this is the best game ever made, and then it comes out and it's like that was not it. Like,
well, no.
yeah,
they've also chosen to release a game in a market that is so oversaturated. Like,
absolutely,
you've got Warzone,
yep,
PUBG, Apex Legends.
Tarkov. I think Tarkov's probably one of the bigger one there. Yeah,
Tarkov. Like, there's no shortage of games that are actively taken care of and have a huge following that dragging anyone away from that, because Destiny players aren't really going to play Marathon. No. It's not their vibe.
No, it's going to be the extraction shooter guys. And why would you play that when you can play like PUBG or Tarkov? That is still pulling in 7. Like Tarkov, I think, still like high 6, low 7 figures. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, like is PUBG still played?
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought
played some the other day.
No, it's still pretty big. I think
there are 99,178 people playing Tarkov right now.
Tarkov?
Yeah.
Or PUBG.
Tarkov.
Oh, I was talking about PUBG. I was like, I thought that game died hard when Fortnite became popular.
Nah.
Well, there's the other one. Sorry, Fortnite. As of 2 minutes ago, PUBG has 313,000 people playing.
Oh,
PUBG is the third highest game on Steam currently right now. Top being Counter-Strike, and then Dota 2. So
fucking count. What is Dota? I don't think I've ever seen a screenshot of
Dota is similar to League of Legends, but I think Dota came out before League of Legends, I believe.
I believe so.
It's hard to say. I have played both of them, and they play similar but differently. But it's what pick your poison, so to speak. Whatever you prefer more is a thing. But they're both
Okay.
multi-billion-dollar companies that have multi-million-dollar tournaments. Like they're both massive companies that have like $50 million tournaments. So it's not like they're one or the others, the different things. But yeah,
But here's my question: which one has the better anime titties?
It's definitely League of Legends, and it's
Yeah,
not even close.
like definitely League of Legends. The characters in League of Legends are. They know what they're doing with their drawing. Like they're drawing that with one hand.
So there's a whole category of skins, right? One of them
Yeah.
is classroom based,
Yeah.
and one of them is a day at the spa, and then there are multiple releases under swimwear.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, bro knew what he was doing when he was like, I want to make it for the nerds.
Oh yeah, they do. They do.
Like, even Wallpaper Engine, if you go onto it, has wallpaper after wallpaper of
Yeah.
the girls from League.
But that's probably also to do with Arcane. But I guess that's been around long.
Oh, I can promise you it's not. Like, the wallpapers, some of them are from Arcane, but some of them are from, like, those categories of Arcane, of League
Yeah.
of Legends skins.
They know what they're doing. Like, it's the same with like for me. I think the same with like Overwatch. The fact that there are some people out there that
Yeah.
don't
you
even know
mean
it's
the
a
game
game.
they made after the porn?
But like the thing is, like the amount of people I've talked about, and like it's a game. I'm like, bro, I'm not like, and like they're not joking. I'm like, it's a game, man. Like, wow, I thought it was just, adult content.
No, it's just a porn category.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I mean that's fair. Like they made they made a lot of characters. Like,
And then you've got First Ascendant.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
don't get me
another one
started on that piece of shit.
that's another one that just like I don't know if it's just me, but that's another one that they fried the player base so quickly. Like they had so many people playing, and then like what they're down to 5,000 players. Like, and people can say, oh, but Destiny hasn't got many players. But like, Destiny lasted for 10 years before they started losing a shitload of players.
Also,
This
Destiny
hasn't been a
works.
whole year yet.
Destiny works in cycles. Like I had a full
Yeah.
video scripted of the whole Destiny cycle thing where it goes expansion, we're back.
Yeah.
And then once the expansion, like 3 or 4 weeks after the expansion has launched, we go into what I assume is seasonal content. That first season / episode / whatever is this is dog shit. Then it goes to the middle of the year, where it's okay. This is really
dead.
bad. Then we go into the third phase where it's like, oh, they're still here. This tastes nice. This is a nice steak. And
It's
then
always third season, they're like, Bungie's cooking.
no, but then you get to like the fourth. Back when we had seasons and not episodes, you'd have that fourth one. That was right before the expansion, like Season of the Seraph.
Yeah.
Where it's like, your Bungie are back. And then the
Absolutely.
expansion hype starts.
I mean, just look at the last 3 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Echoes was dog shit. And
Yeah.
like
No, it was
bring
terrible.
BYO doggy bag, dog shit.
I mean,
Like
the best
a
part about
waste of Maya Sundaresh.
the
Dog
best
shit.
part of of Echoes was when Maya Sundaresh floated down the river of Cum.
Respectfully, the best part of Echoes was getting Choir of One.
Yeah, I
That's
still
it.
use that gun.
And then you've got Revenant, which I can't express enough how much I hate Ido in a way that won't get your channel cancelled.
Oh, so I'm just gonna rant for a sec. I said this in my Revenant review, which was the first video I made. But my god, Aramis can shut the fuck up. She is the single worst character they have ever made. They tried to give her a redemption arc and failed at that. Not only that, but it was meant to deal with the whole fucking Kell of Kells thing. And the only reason that Mithrax is now the Kell of Kells is because he's the only Kell left. Because Aramis earlier just said, I'm not a Kell, I'm taking the Echo and leaving. The thing is, as well, we still, don't know how the Echo, or like, how to deal with the Echoes effectively. And Maya's Echo is still out there.
Yeah.
Like, we destroyed Oryx, so he's gone. Aramis
2 out of 3 is still there.
Yeah, but Aramis took it to Reese, so we don't know what the hell is going on with that.
Yeah.
But she didn't take it to Reese, she took it to find a new Reese.
No, they were taking it back to Reese.
Oh, that's
because
so
they're gonna try and rebuild Reese with the Echo's power.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of content recently that it just doesn't make any sense to me, and whatever, man. Like that's
No,
but then we get current season.
Yeah, dude,
and it just smashes.
Current season was carried by 3 things. Eris and Drifter's relationship, which wasn't over the top, wasn't like hugely in your face, but it was still there and was really interesting and cute.
Respectful.
Like bro's not shoving his tongue down her throat.
Exactly. Oryx's voice actor went hard. Just full stop. He was insane, whoever voice acted him. And then the third thing, and this is really funny, is Ziva Wrath just not talking.
I did
I
find I was so confused when I started playing it, and I was talking to one of my mates. I was playing. I'm like, dude, I can't hear like the voice acting. Am I like, oh no, there's no voice acting. It's just the dialogue. I'm like, what? I thought like something was wrong with my headset. I thought my headset was dying because I couldn't hear it. I'm like, damn, I think I need to get a new headset. I can't hear the voice acting.
I mean, the worst part is
There's
that we know there's a fourth.
Destiny banked on the same thing that Marvel is doing at the moment, and that's the nostalgia aspect of it.
Oh, with the Dreadnought and all that.
Because as soon as they specifically said in the div stream, the first picture they showed, they were like, we're going back to the Dreadnought, and they announced that before Echoes even dropped. And they showed a picture of the Dreadnought starting to peel away.
Honestly, that was one of the other reasons why I came back, so it's pretty fair. Like, I can say it's a fair thing. I came back.
They also lied in that. Because they were like, we're going to explore the Eldritch Horrors. Like, what fucking Eldritch Horrors? Oryx as an Echo?
I know, right?
Like, I was more interested in what's going on with all the weird tentacles and the Dreadnought and all that, and that never got touched.
Yeah.
Like, it never got explained.
Well, no, it did. I had to go and look at a bike video to figure it out. But essentially, the Taken, their collective will, like, or they're wanting for someone to command their will, has created a new god known as the Lord of Every Nothing. And that's why the Dire Taken are a thing, because that's his Taken.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
If you have to go into a Bife video, like, praise the man because he is doing a service to the Destiny community.
Yeah, literally, a man is going and a half.
If you have to watch one of his videos to understand an aspect of the season, they've done a piss poor job of actually explaining it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I never heard any like mention of the Taken god.
I was confused as well until I went and watched Bife videos, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. Everything makes sense now. Why is this not explained? What the hell?
Like,
there's a scene with Drifter. Sorry, there's a voiceover from Drifter where he says that anyone can take, including him, and then he talks about how the Taken desperately needs someone to command them, and then he goes, so who commanded them to do what they did to Eris? But that's pretty much the extent of it.
Yeah, so in other words, Bungie just said, Booga Booga, Taken God, deal with it.
Random bullshit go.
Basically. But
we love a Moonlight reference.
Yeah.
Fucking Bungie just like sometimes their storytelling is like peak,
Literally.
and
the other
then
times
at
you're like,
this,
what?
yeah, because it's like with the voice acting thing, we already know that's gonna affect the new expansion. Like they've said
They've
that.
recast.
Oh, did they recast them?
They recast a bunch of people who couldn't voice act due to scheduling conflicts or commitment to the strike thing. So,
So because it was Ikora, Orin, and Chioma,
yes,
which
they were
also
all
pisses me off
recast.
because they spoiled the fact that Chioma is gonna be in the game again, which means we're also gonna see Maya Sundaresh again.
I mean, I felt like that was kind of guaranteed. It was left so open ended that it was just
kind of thought we were going to eventually see him again.
No, like there
like
was no doubt in my mind we'd see her, but I don't want to hear about Chioma coming back until it happens. But also with the nostalgia thing, they're banking on that for later in the year with Iron and Ash.
Absolutely.
Oh, something random just came up. Are they making? They're making a Morrowind remake.
Probably.
It's low key been hinted at, but we are very likely to get a Fallout 3 remake first.
Oh, I would be so fucking excited for that, dude. I love Fallout
I'm pretty
3.
sure it may have even been Shadow announced.
Okay.
I mean, as long as it's better than the Oblivion remake, I don't care.
Apparently, it had a window of this year, although I haven't seen anything on it.
Yeah.
So
What, Fallout 3
they
remake?
might shadow drop it the way they did Oblivion.
Yeah, it's true. You guys know who Hideo Kojima is? Or have you heard of him before?
Yeah, he made Death Stranding.
Yes.
So, man's an absolute menace. He wants to make a game that, which the longer that you don't play it, the more forgetful your character becomes, and you have to relearn things. So, why he was saying, like, if you don't play the game for a couple weeks, your character will forget how to shoot. So you have to relearn in game how to shoot.
I was
like,
that.
That's such a random thing. Like, bro, what are you doing?
I mean, that would be
it'd be
cool.
funny, but it would then be like, you don't play the game for a year, you can't move anywhere. You have to sit there for like an hour trying to figure out how to move because I just think it'd be interesting, but it's just such a funny concept. Like, it's something that I'd expect out of a game like Borderlands to be. Very goofy.
The way I'd expect that to work is you'd be able to run, jump, and move, and like you can pick up a gun and shoot it. But you'd have like you'd have like an accuracy stat that would have depleted, or if there's a hand-to-hand combat system, your hand-to-hand combat goes down and your endurance goes down. It'd probably be more like that than you forget what a weapon is.
Yeah.
The man's crazy. He's literally handed his personal assistant a USB full of his future game ideas just in case he dies.
Yeah, I do like. He's very eccentric, and I think he's such a interesting person.
He's a man on a mission.
Yeah, also a fun fact as well. Apparently, the new Death Stranding takes place in Australia, I believe.
Oh yeah, I saw something about that.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, can't wait for the mutated kangaroos.
Well, apparently you can. Yeah, he did. I think that's what I was reading. Somebody can come across like the natural fauna of Australia.
Well,
unfortunately, I think it's only coming out for PlayStation 5, so I'll have to wait.
No, I think it is. I'm pretty sure Death Stranding is like fully PlayStation because it's all like Sony stuff.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, Death Stranding 1 is on Steam, so they'll eventually bring it to Steam.
I mean, that's the same with God of War.
Yeah,
the new God of
so
War.
I have to wait because I know I recently picked it up. But I know that Last of Us Part 2 came out, which I know people talked about shit about it, saying it wasn't that good. But I'm like, I enjoyed it. I mean, give it a try, see how it is. If it's not good, it's not good. But
I mean, the show is terrible. Season 1 was great.
Yeah, Season 1 was good, and then I did hear people like, I don't know, like, I don't know who the character was. I don't know who it was, but they cast somebody in the second season, and they just look like, I don't know. People just, I don't know. I thought it was AI generated at first, and then someone actually made a point to that's actually what they look like. Oh,
is it the girl with the big forehead?
Yeah, like I thought it was like someone taking the piss, And then
No,
actually, that's what she looks like.
Squid, that's
Oh,
the main actress. That's the person who plays Ellie.
Ellie. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's why I was like, when I was looking at it and like, look at this fucking person. I'm like, oh, that's like, I thought it was AI. And I'm like, oh.
I kind of feel bad for her because she has like gotten a lot of bullying for just trying to portray the role.
Yeah, I do feel bad because she's not done anything wrong. Like, she's not said anything really controversial being a bad actress. It's just people don't like how she looks. And it's like, well,
No.
you know, like,
I mean-
sure, they probably could have cast somebody who looks a bit closer to Ellie, but yeah, it is what
I
it
mean,
is.
personally, I think that they should have just recast her as have an older actress.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because straight up, she was playing a 12-year-old. Now she's playing like an 18 to 20-year-old, and she
Yeah.
looks the exact same.
It's a bit weird. I haven't seen the second season, but I know there was a few parts that people were talking about that said they were good, and other parts they said they weren't good. But
It hasn't
it was-
rated very well. Like, I haven't watched any of the second season, but I think it was Metacritic gave the finale a 6.
I still
Yeah.
think that they shouldn't have done the Joel and Ellie story for the show. I think it should have been a Tales from the Last of Us show, like world,
Yeah.
like how The Walking Dead has all those spin-off series showing things.
I guess they wanted to follow the game. Like, I guess that's what the idea was, is they wanted to follow the game.
I get that, but also like they've already done the game story. If you want to find out about the game story, go play the game or watch a YouTube video.
Speaking
Yeah, I
on
get
casting choices as well, they've cast Tomb Raider. Our new Lara Croft is Sophie Turner,
Oh yeah, I saw that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
who has got quite ripped for the role. Like, I was
Squid,
impressed
did
when
you
I
say
saw
who
the
that is?
photos recently.
I know that the name sounds familiar.
She
but
is
I don't-
Sansa. Is it Sansa in Game of
Sansa
Thrones?
Stark, or she played Jean Grey in the Dark Phoenix movie.
Oh, she-
yeah.
She's the new Jean Grey, the one from the
Yeah,
Shield
yeah,
movies.
yeah.
I actually quite liked her in that. I like
Yeah.
the rest of it. I could take or leave, but I think
haven't
she
watched
did a
Dark
pretty
Phoenix.
good job with what she had.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Very
Dark
pretty.
Phoenix, so I got no idea.
I wouldn't.
What? Watch it?
I wouldn't watch it, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
I think that there's very little good in that
I
movie.
mean, I have no plans to watch it. It's like Craven. Like, I have no interest in watching that. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, but I literally don't know why you would make a Craven movie. It's the same with Madam Web. Who on
I
earth
will watch
asked-
Craven for one reason and one reason only.
because the dudes got fucking ripped.
Aaron Taylor Johnson is a bit of a hottie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is literally
personally,
the only
Ryan
reason.
Reynolds.
I mean, I think everyone's for Ryan Reynolds. Or
Yeah,
Henry
yeah.
Cavill is the other one.
Absolutely.
Oh,
The Strand
They-
Man.
speaking of Henry Cavill, they fucking did him so dirty at DC.
What happened?
Yes.
Oh, so they did Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Then they did when was it? Like 4 years later, Batman v Superman.
Mm.
And then they did Justice League, where they
Yeah.
completely fucked up Zack Snyder's movie.
Yeah, right.
And then
I actually can't tell you how Justice League goes. I've watched it, but I
okay, so
could not possibly recall what happens in it because it was
It's-
such a nothing movie.
I also
It's-
think I felt like people were saying with the Justice League that it might as well be another bit Superman movie because like how prevalent he was in it, which I get.
he
like,
wasn't
he's
in
not-
the movie.
Wasn't it? Oh, maybe I think of a different movie then.
No, with the theatrical release of Justice League, he is in about 15 minutes of the movie,
Ah.
and it's almost
It's a little mess.
it's close to 3 hours long.
Yeah, right.
But so basically, what happened is, sorry, let me finish my other point first. He then his role as Superman was in limbo because DC wouldn't bring him back for the role, but they kept using the same Superman suit, and
Yeah,
they'd
right.
have like that suit appear. So it was like, is he or isn't he? And then he finally came back for Black Adam in a post-credit scene, and then James Gunn took over DC and fired him.
Yeah, right. It's crazy.
But basically with Justice
And he
League...
left The Witcher for it.
Oh, no, he also left The Witcher for other reasons.
I thought he left The Witcher as well. He just didn't like the way that they were directing the
yeah, because they were
TV
fucking up the source material. The books are good.
I mean...
They did, yeah. I did see a lot of people talking about how they did change a lot of the things from...
They changed so much about Witcher. But, anyway, so... With Justice League, what actually happened, and this is really shitty of Warner Bros. Basically, they did the entire movie, like, Zack Snyder directed it, because he did Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. And during the filming, his daughter killed herself. And yeah, it was horrible. And instead of leaving production to go be with his family, he finished the filming of the movie. The movie was in post-production, so they were just doing effects. He then left the production to go be with his family and deal with the funeral and all that.
Yeah.
They then brought in Joss Whedon, who directed Avengers. Joss Whedon then
That's what you know him as?
Yeah.
Joss Whedon, who created Buffy?
I haven't seen Buffy.
Oh, that's a choice. Joss Whedon, who also has multiple sexual harassment claims against him.
Oh, so that's I'll get to that in a second, but he then reshot 95% of the movie. And there's literally a scene in the movie where Ezra Miller's Flash falls on Wonder Woman and is like spazzing out with his face in her boobs. That Gal Gadot literally refused to shoot, so they just got a random extra. Because she's like, this is so demeaning. And it was. And so, like, you guys probably remember the whole restore the Snyderverse thing, or release the Snyder Cut?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a whole thing because they wanted to get that released. So they did eventually release Zack Snyder's version of the film, which is 4 hours long. I've watched it multiple times and it is so good.
Yeah, right.
And like Henry Cavill is in probably 40 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, it's really good. But fucking, he got fucked around so often. Now he's at the Warhammer thing, which I hope works out for him.
Yeah.
He's helping to produce Warhammer for Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
and then he's also going to play the main character in the Braveheart remake from Chad Stahelski.
They're remaking Braveheart?
Yeah, so Chad Stahelski.
Is that Braveheart?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. It's been so long, but Chad Stahelski had
with,
a lot to do
was it
with
the original
John Wick. Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. He's like, freedom. Yeah.
It's about the Scots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Just like Macbeth.
But yeah, so it's being made by Chad Stahelski, who we know and love from John Wick and the OG Crow movie.
I remember I heard that they remade Crow and it was just so bad.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, did it get released?
It did. So it came out in 2024. It currently has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 21%.
Is that good or bad?
That's bad.
Out of 100.
Out of 100.
But is 100 like really good or is 0 really good?
100 is classified as certified fresh.
Okay.
Yeah. And 0 is it's rotten.
I wonder what the worst like big budget film is. The worst rated big budget film is.
This is actually one of my favorite things.
I was gonna say the worst A one. I think like, didn't the new Snow White hit that? Pretty sure like they got the worst.
Oh, yeah, that one was terrible.
The last century, I think, something like that.
Have a look.
I would not be surprised if it did because it was hot garbage from what I heard. It's like
for some of our random choices, right? So 10%, Dr. Zeus, the Cat in the Hat, which came out in 2003.
Wait, that movie got bad reviews?
I know, right?
What?
Actually go to that movie though? Question mark.
What? Like, I get
I know,
that Mike
right?
Myers acts like a pedophile in the movie, but Jesus Christ, it was like a solid movie.
The new Last Airbender, the live action, is 5%.
I did hear that was
the Netflix show or the other one?
No, the live action movie.
Oh, the one by M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, that's fair. That one.
allowed to
There's
go.
a lot of Transformers in here. Like a lot of Transformers.
All of the Transformers films kind of got shit on, but like 1 and 2 are alright. 3 is alright.
It's good
Everything
to turn
else
your
is
brain
bad.
off.
Yeah.
The Pacifier, coming in at 21%.
What do you mean? That's such a good Vin Diesel movie.
The other one where you
Ace
like
Ventura
the
2.
babysitter.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
he's the
it is.
babysitter.
I
yeah.
thought it was actually really good.
I mean, Ace Ventura, I can understand.
The Flintstones, which came out the year I was born and is actually one of my favorite films.
I was gonna say that the Flintstone was goated, bro. I love that, dude.
I know,
I don't
right?
think I've
Can't
seen
believe it
any of
got
the
such a low-
live-action Flintstones.
It was crack. It was actually cracked.
To
Like
be
as
fair, Flintstones and the Johnsons, is that what they were called?
yeah, the Johnsons.
Yeah,
Yeah, those
the
two,
Jetsons.
like the Jetsons,
Jetsons.
sorry. They came out before my time, or like they were leaving right as I was born.
Yeah. That was
Van
my
Helsing.
childhood.
What? Van Helsing?
Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman from 2004 has
I don't think I've
24%.
seen it.
It's goated. It made so many people realize that they were bi because they couldn't choose between Hugh Jackman or Kate Beckinsale.
I only know who
I'm one of
people
them.
are. I don't know who Kate Beckinsale is. Let me have a look.
That's a choice. The Nun.
The horror
Oh,
movie
that
one?
one was terrible.
I'm
Cheaper
not-
by the dozen.
That one's. Well, that was
Haven't
pretty
seen
actually.
it.
By the way, I don't remember that one actually. To be honest,
Twilight.
I can't believe that didn't do. Wasn't the best ever made.
Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider.
Yeah, that one.
What?
Shit.
Dude, I love that one, dude. I love the Ghost Rider, bro. It's one of my
The
favorite. movies.
OG Fantastic Four is in here. I won't have it.
The OG
Okay,
one. That
hold
was
on, hold on, hold
my
on.
childhood.
I will say that the second one is shit.
But the first one's goated.
Yes. The first one was good.
It's in here at 27%.
That's no bueno.
That's no bueno. The first Fast and the Furious is in here as well.
That's crazy, dude.
I'm gonna have a look at what the worst
here we go.
games of all time are.
Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Yeah, that one.
28%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Worst rated games of all time.
So the worst rated games of all time on IMDb. There's a lot of like games you won't know, but at number 19 and number 20. Number 19 is Concord,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and then number 20 is Lord of the Rings Golem.
Yeah, that
Uh,
also makes sense.
What other games are there? Yeah.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. Excuse me.
That's kind of that's a bit
eFootball
tough.
2022. Oh, what do you mean Shaq Fu is number 33? Shaq Fu is like the best game ever.
Skull and Bones deserves to be rated lower.
Yes. Wait, Squid, you
Wasn't
don't know
that
what
game
Shaq Fu is?
I've heard the name, but I don't really remember.
So
it too
it's
much.
it's Shaquille O'Neal, but as like a
Yeah.
fighting game.
That's
It got a
random.
sequel.
That's hilarious.
There is
What
another
is,
one. I don't know where it is.
Rated at?
Huh?
What did Skull and Bones get rated at?
35.
Ooh,
I feel like it should
should
be
have
like
been
a
worse.
yeah. I feel like that was one of the worst games.
Arc
One of the worst. Like,
Arc Genesis Part 1 and 2 are in the 40s and late 30s.
yeah, right.
Diablo Immortal is 45.
That should be in the fucking gun. How is Sonic the Hedgehog at number 46?
I guess some people didn't like it.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 is at number 53.
Battlefield 2042 is sitting at
64.
Honestly, like
Yeah.
Battlefield 2042.
How is
when it
Redfall
first came
66?
out, was bad, but they've kind of fixed it a bit. It's a lot better now.
What, Redfall?
Battlefield 2042.
Yeah.
It's a lot-
Redfall shouldn't even exist.
definitely.
That game, Suicide Sword Kill the Justice League number 83 should not exist as a game. Full stop.
Who put Grand Theft Auto the trilogy at 87? Like, have you played the games?
Who put Cat in the Hat at number 93? It had a game? Wait,
Yeah,
wait. It did 4.5 stars on IMDb.
give me a second.
Northern North is the fish.
Yeah,
A
Yeah, that
ghost
tracks.
voices the fish. Oh,
What could I say? The man's got range.
4. Stash this cat in a hat is the top review. 1 star. There's 2 reviews. There's a 1-star review and a 10-star review.
I'll just have to step away for like a few minutes here, boys. Sorry.
That's all good.
We will
Wait,
keep
actually-
the audience entertained.
Back shooting.
Okay, Strath. What is the worst game ever made in your opinion and the best game ever made?
Oh, yeah. Put me on
Okay.
the spot. The worst game ever made.
And then
It's definitely not the worst, but in my opinion, in recent history, right?
Cyberpunk.
Skull and Bones.
Oh yeah. Skull and Bones. They don't know what the game needs to be.
They had everything they needed to make that game profitable and exactly what people wanted. Like, all they wanted was to play Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but not as an assassin. Pretty
If
simple.
you want that, just play Black Flag. You're basically not an assassin as it is.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, and the fact that you can't actually fight, you can't, raid someone's ship. You just, it's boats. It's Microsoft Flight
boats.
Simulator for pirate ships.
Yeah, some people want that.
I'm not one of them. I
No.
actually got a refund for it, to be honest.
In my personal opinion, the worst game ever made is what is it actually? Hold on. I need to go through. I need to think of my list. What are the worst games ever made that I'll shit on all the time?
Hold on, what's in my
Probably
my
Anthem.
play game?
Like, Anthem was alright. But they completely abandoned it. It was just
yeah,
a
I
letdown.
can agree with that.
Like Anthem, I attribute to my hesitancy to pre-order games now, simply because of how quickly that game died.
Yeah, that's
Like,
fair.
Yeah, like that. However, the best game ever made, I kind of want to say Soma, but I don't think that would be
I knew
correct.
you were going to say that. You say that literally every time someone talks about best games ever made.
Soma is so good, and it's got a feature that no other game I've ever played has that I feel like should be more prevalent.
Okay.
It's got a setting where you can turn off horror.
It's kind of been implemented in other games. So, like, if you play Grounded, I personally am afraid of spiders. You can turn off spiders in Grounded. So it's
I can
like,
play Grounded now. Let's go.
yeah, I'm pretty sure there's what's that game? You survive in the ocean.
Oh, Subnautica.
I feel like Subnautica has something like that for sharks.
Maybe I don't
I-
know.
Would be wrong.
I don't think Soma is the best game ever made, though. It's definitely up there, and it's a game everyone should play.
I'm actually gonna come in hot and say that one of the best games, definitely not the best, but one of them is Oblivion.
Strong disagree, but I just have beef with Oblivion.
But like, as someone who played it when it first came out,
Yeah, I mean, it's probably different for you. I've only ever played the remaster, and I got vampirism like halfway through my gameplay, and it fucking ruined the game for me.
for anyone who's going from Skyrim to Oblivion, it definitely would do that. I
Yeah,
do
because-
think Elden Ring is also a strong contender for best game.
Oh, yes. Honestly, as much as I don't like the gameplay of Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, I kind of want to put them up there as some of the best games ever made. Simply because of the story.
If we're talking about cult followings as well,
Minecraft.
I was going to say Portal.
Oh, dude, Portal's a goated game, but it's also not relevant anymore.
That's fair.
I really wish I'd make a Portal 3, but we have a better chance. Like that, Valve don't make 3s. I've realized.
Yeah, Half-Life's a pretty good example of that. The Witcher 3 also should sit in that category.
Oh, actually, no, yeah. I'm gonna put Witcher 3 as the best game ever made. I'd say it's
Can't
like
agree.
I'd say it's like 85% perfect.
85 is still a lot of room for error.
Yeah, but it's like the 25%. Is it 25%? Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's 15%.
It's
I feel
15%.
like there's some games that just, you don't realize how big they are until you're in their fandom. Like Yakuza. I
Never
had
played
looked
a
at it
Yakuza.
for years and years and years and years and years. I now know that there is like 7 or no, it'd be higher now.
Isn't it like 12? Hold on,
yes.
let me summon the expert of Yakuza.
Sorry, 11. Because there was 2 released last year.
Was there?
Yeah, not Like a Dragon. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And it's not the man who erased his name.
Oh no, it might be that one. Because I remember that one was coming out soon. Or it came out.
Pirates in Hawaii.
There's Pirates in Hawaii.
Yes, it came out this year. It's Majima's Pirate Adventure.
Never. You know, I don't play it, so I don't know.
Yeah, it came out earlier this year. But the fandom for it is just huge, and I had no idea until I stepped into it. I started with Yakuza 0, and it just kicked off.
Yeah, I mean, Yakuza's like, I've seen a lot of gameplay of it, and it's one of those games I think I would enjoy if I played it. However, I have no interest in playing it. It just looks so stupid.
Understandable. It's definitely like, it's not something I would play all the time. It rates very well. Like, I think the lowest rating here on their Wikipedia is from Electronic Game Monthly, who gave it 2 out of 5 stars, but everything's 8s or higher.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the appeal of someone just loading it up, and it's like one of those stupid games that you just play.
It's funny. The new one specifically, Like a Dragon, I haven't put any time in yet, but what I've watched on TikTok's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, oh, another game that's definitely worth playing is the Turing Test.
Yeah, you've said that before.
Oh. There was another one as well that I don't remember the name of. But it's like you play as a dude on you're like a robot on a space station.
Okay.
Let me look at my games list. But it's like you play as
I'm back,
welcome
chat.
back, Squid. Squid, the question that we are currently discussing is,
Yeah.
Worst game ever made and best game ever made.
Oh. See, do you guys ever? I know you're not much of a racing fan, so you might not know. Do you guys ever remember a game a long time ago called Juiced?
I thought you were going to say Need for
Vaguely.
Speed Underground.
Yeah. So it, for me, it's probably the worst game I played because I had bought multiple copies of the game when I was younger to try and figure out why it was just not working. I got to a certain part in the game, and mind you, this is back in like the 90s when Reddit and things weren't really big, and I didn't have the option to look up what it was. I was like 10 years of age, and that's probably the worst game I made. I never got to finish it. I got through about half of the game and it just kept freezing.
Yeah.
And I thought one day, right, I'll leave it go. I went to school and I came back, it was still loading. I said, well, this game's stuffed. So that's probably the worst game I have.
Oh, actually, can I change my answer to the worst game ever made?
What's that?
Fucking Evolve.
I did like Evolve though. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, and then it just it went down the shit.
When it first came out, it was fun. Best game ever made. It's kind of hard for me to say. There's a few of them there, but I have 3 games in that position. Am I able to name the 3, or does it have to be like just one?
No, you can name all 3.
Okay, it'd be Cyberpunk, Witcher 3, and Red Dead Redemption 2 are probably my 3 favorite games I've ever made.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw out some honorable mentions.
Yep.
For best game, Mass Effect 1,
Definitely up there.
the
Very
2
good.
Little Nightmares games,
I never played them, but they look really good.
Limbo.
I was a bit afraid.
Limbo, and what was the other one that was like Limbo? What was it called?
I don't know.
It was like Limbo, but fuck. I genuinely don't remember what the game was called.
I too would like to provide honorable mentions.
I will also provide honors. Is it a game that came out recently, Infernal?
No. Oh, Inside. That's what it was called. It was called Inside.
Okay.
My top games would definitely be Cyberpunk, Oblivion, and unpopular, but I'm gonna say Destiny just because of the longevity.
Fucking
and I've
Bungie
sunk
fanboy alert. Bungie fanboy alert.
Go on. I'd like to see your hours count compared to mine because I guarantee it's higher.
Okay, you want to play a game? You two can guess we'll end it after we guess this.
Yeah.
But you guys can guess my time in Destiny, and we'll see.
Well, you only got console, so it's just the one thing, isn't it?
Yeah. You have to guess.
Well, I'm gonna say you have more than me because I don't have many. Or I should say I do have a lot, but not as much as you.
No, you don't. You definitely don't have as much as me.
No.
No one has as much as me.
I might have some people that might have more. I'm gonna say days because I don't know the actual hours of it.
I will convert it into days.
Okay. I'm gonna go off my hours because I think I have not as much as you, but I think I have a decent amount of hours. 250 days.
Let me convert this. Strath, your guess? Also, this is just Destiny 2, not Destiny 1.
No.
Oh,
Just
wait,
Destiny
is this Destiny
2?
1? No, this includes Destiny 2.
Oh, this includes Destiny 2? Oh.
Yeah, the thing includes Destiny 2.
Oh, okay. Then
Destiny
I would
1
like
as
to
well.
change. I would like to change my answer then, because I feel like that's a lot lower for both games.
Okay, what day?
I'm gonna say 450 days.
450 days.
For 450 days for both games inclusive. I do actually want to see how many days I have. I have to actually load up my extra.
Like, I don't know, 150, 170-ish. Days.
Okay, Strath wins. I have 178 days in Destiny across the two games, which totals to 4,274 hours.
You have a lot less hours than I thought you. A lot less days than I thought you would.
Well, just wait and hear this. 3,009 hours of that are on my Titan.
What do you look
Titan
at?
supremacy.
It's wasted on Destiny.com.
Okay, I didn't realize that was actually a thing. Interesting. I thought you'd have more hours.
I thought I would have as well, but I mean, this is still a lot. I want to see how many hours. What's the most hours I've spent in a season? Risen.
How do you find out what you just look up your gamer tag?
Yeah, you look up your Bungie account name. So it'd be your Bungie name. So it'd be like Squidly and then your numbers.
I don't remember what my numbers are.
Squid. Okay, let me find out.
I can get your numbers. Hold on.
I'm gonna actually look. I'm gonna load up Destiny. Well, I thought. Hang on.
2037.
2037. Alright, thank you. I think you have more hours than that. I feel like that's not correct. The amount of hours that's going.
You can take a guess at mine if you want.
Oh, I mean, there's 285 hours that are deleted.
Okay, because I'm just looking on Destiny 2. I'm comparing. It says you have 273 days on Destiny 2
Where?
on Xbox.
Oh, maybe we're looking at a different thing.
Because I'm looking at Xbox. You have 273 days on Xbox.
Oh well.
My highest is a friend of mine named Glass Ammo that has 374 days.
374 days.
Why is Waste on Destiny not loading for question mark?
Who knows?
Hey,
How about
Jesus, Squid.
What?
what?
What's it?
I think
so
he
what's-
might be higher.
Squid. She saw Squid's penis.
Squidly, what was my numbers again, sorry?
2037.
You gotta remember as well, it's Xbox and PC as well.
Yeah, no, mine was Xbox and PC. Why? What's Squid's hours?
4,194 hours.
I've got 2,000 just on PC.
Oh yeah. Well, you win this race, Squid.
I also, well, yes, my highest hours is 2,800 on just my Titan.
Okay, so
Followed
I have more time.
behind my Warlock with 785 hours and my Hunter by 589 hours. And then Destiny 1, my Titan was 895 hours, 205 hours on my Hunter, and 1 hour on my Warlock. How would I have 1 hour on my Warlock? Question mark. I have, have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Squid's just got like 15 deleted characters.
I do. I have 20 deleted characters because and the longest I have is 304 hours, which I deleted, and the earliest I have is 0 minutes, which would be like a second.
Squid.
Well, I used to do back in the day when I was doing, because I used to play mostly a solo player. So to get my Hunter and to get my Titan and my Warlock up, I would play I'd pay 3 Titans, and I'd play all 3 Titans and put them all into one character. Then make a Warlock, make 2 Warlocks, put all the things, and then obviously my Hunter just would do by itself.
Yeah,
So I
because
used
Hunters are shit.
I used to make and delete every character a lot.
I have the most hours on my Hunter. Thank you for that.
Very nice.
Listen, I just hate Hunters. And with that, the episode comes to an end.
I have 2,000 hours just AFK.
Cheers,
Squid
boys.
is-
I'm
Squid
going
is
to play
the
Helldivers.
Alrighty. Thanks for coming.
I'll just put a outro in post.